Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be live with you today. This isn't just any full moon. This is the Virgo eclipse. Is a cosmic reset. This is a total lunar eclipse. And it happened earlier today. My time about 1:30 ish in the morning, and I hope that you were able to see the moon reveal its crimson colors. That's why they call it a blood moon. But today, for our reading, we're going to see what's shifting in the cosmos for you. So if you are here with me, go ahead and say hello. I would love to see your bright and shiny face with me here in the chat. So go ahead and say hello if you're here. I want to deliver a couple of messages before we get straight into the reading. And when I say straight into the reading, I'm doing the energy, part of the energy reading now throughout the whole thing. And then I'm shuffling cards right now so we can do the pick a deck. So say hello in the chat if you're here live. And then if you come later and you're watching this later on today or in the coming days, because the energy of this lunar eclipse is going to be hanging out with us for a while, right? It's going to be hanging out. So if you're here in the coming days, go ahead and say hello as well. In fact, if you want to be like, what should I comment? Go ahead and comment eclipse. Like, let's keep it simple. Comment eclipse. All right. So let's get hopping. Just kind of listening for messages that want to come through for this full moon solar eclipse. There's just going to be a lot that it's time for us to go ahead and release. Hello, Jean. It's good to see you. There's just going to be a lot. It's time for us to release it. It's time to let go. And this is the most beautiful time. And I know you're probably thinking, Africa, it's always a good time to let go during a full moon. And you're not wrong there. When I'm talking about truly letting go here, is a lot, because this is an eclipse and we are in eclipse season. There's just going to be so much pushed to the forefront. And depending on what house, is getting affected, and it differs because of everyone's natal astrology, what's getting affected. But you could look and see what house Virgo is in for you. It's basically what I'm saying. That's where most of these things are going to come up. So it's not just, this is about work. This is about relationships. It's about all those things. And trust me when I say, because of some of the other astrology going on, things can get a bit heated, right? So, eclipse season is always known to be very tumultuous, right? A lot of big feelings, big changes happening. And this one is no exception. And people can get their feelings hurt easily, lots of misunderstandings, and sometimes those misunderstandings are good. Why am I saying misunderstandings are good? Because sometimes it really points to incompatibilities, not just with people, but with concepts, ideas, institutions, where there's just so many misunderstandings, so many ways that you're not compatible, right? And it tells you, okay, this is time to release it, to change course. That's why this is a really beautiful time. All right, so let's go ahead and see how many cards we're going to be picking from. Pulling them out here. Okay. And let's see what we've got. How many cards we got? We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3. I thought there was 4. There are 3. Okay, so let me know if you want card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Go ahead and put your cards there in the chat that you're picking, whether it's card 1, card 2, or card 3. Right? And even if you're coming in later, go ahead and put that in. Card 1, card 2, or card 3. All right, put your card number into the chat. And we're going to begin. And if you were here, obviously, while I'm live and you have more questions and want more background on your specific card, go ahead and let me know in the chat. In fact, while I'm here live, definitely ask questions in the chat. Anything that comes up for you, any observations you have. Card number 1. Oh, stranger. Curiosity. Stranger, curiosity. What I'm hearing is maybe it's not the thing that you typically do. Maybe you're not that person who is always trying to look for something new. And again, I know this is the time of release, and I should also say this. No matter which card you picked, all of these cards have something for everybody. Right? It's just the card you picked is the one that you're resonating with the most, or the one that you have to do the most work with. All right, so Stranger is card number 53. And it said curiosity. And the first thing I heard was navigate with curiosity. And maybe that isn't something that you naturally do. And, you know, I like the next thing is don't talk to strangers. And so this isn't what I'm talking about here. It's not necessarily a new person appearing in your field. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. This is about being curious about things, you know, like truth is stranger than fiction. Right? Have you heard that before? Truth is stranger than fiction. This is the stranger I'm talking about. Things that just don't make sense. And so it's asking you, and I love that this is kind of coming during the, you know, the last vestiges of Pisces, that really diving deeper into some of the things that don't make sense in our lives, some of the things that seem strange, that this is the time to dive into them. This is the time to dive in, to digest the best we can, right? That's why we're navigating with curiosity. We're asking, you know, like a 2-year-old child, why? But why? But why? And it drives parents crazy, right? We're that 2-year-old asking why? But why? But why? Navigating with curiosity, trying to unravel the mystery. And so that's one of the things you're being called to do right now, which is amazing. All right, so if you've got card number 1, if you picked card number 1, let me know below by just writing curious, right? Curious. You picked card number 1. I should, or if you're like, I don't want to write out curious, write in, just put in a cat emoji, like the Cheshire cat. All right. Oh, love this. Okay, so if you got card number 2, you got Fortune's Wheel, luck and timing. And isn't it always just about divine timing? Fortune's Wheel, luck and timing. It's a beautiful card. Ah, there, I wasn't holding it up high enough. It's a beautiful card. This is card number 23 for those who are into numerology. Fortune's Wheel. This is much akin to the Wheel of Fortune. Like, what is it that you want to do? Luck. It's not really luck. It's just divine timing. But you can seem lucky, right? So luck and timing is on your side. Like you're being shown favor. It's as if Jupiter is expanding for you in the most advantageous ways. So one of the things I'm hearing right now is definitely, if you know your natal chart or know how to look up your natal chart, check to see your Jupiter placement, and see where that expansion could be happening for you. This is especially over just the next couple of weeks where that expansion could be happening. If you're not sure, you can always book some time with me. If we need to, we can pull your natal chart. We can go into a lot of things below in the description. You can always grab a reading with me. You'll get all the information there. Okay? But for now, let's talk about more for card number 2. So you're going to notice what people would say are serendipitous things happening, doors opening, things just oddly coming together because things are shifting for you. Things are shifting for you. They're shifting in your favor. Stay humble, stay grateful. This is a time to ramp up your gratitude practice, right? Whatever you do to note down all those wonderful things happening. And why do we want to note them down? Because we'll notice even more of them. When you start noticing and logging, whatever way you want to log them, right? All the wonderful things that are happening in your life, guess what? You'll notice more wonderful things happening in your life. And it will snowball. Right? So this is a beautiful time for you if you picked card number 2. Again, there's a little bit of this for everybody. So even if you didn't pick card number 2, know that some of this fortune, some of this luck and timing is coming your way too. Okay? So, card number 3. The farther gate, a bold step forward. Let me make sure I can get this into the right angle here. The further gate, a bold step forward. Right? And I love how this is all kind of coming together. What's interesting to me is none of these cards are necessarily about releasing, which is really what full moon energy typically is about. Now, the further gate, card number 55 for those of you who are really into numerology. So the further gate is about stepping out into the unknown, really expanding your boundaries. Right? I love that we started with stranger and we're ending with the further gate, because both of those are all about going out and navigating things with curiosity. Stranger, looking at things going wrong in your world. And when you're navigating with curiosity, you're going to exit your boundaries. You're going to push your own limits. That's part of navigating with curiosity. And that's what further gate is trying to get you to do. Go outside of what is the norm for you and see beyond that to expand your horizons. You know what? And the sandwich in between that is fortune's wheel. So this is the right time to do it. So if you're trying to bring forth some new initiatives, which is not normally something I would say during the full moon, but you know what? Eclipse energy is a tricky thing. So if you got some bold new initiatives that you've been ruminating in, investigating, navigating with curiosity, you're going to find that things are coming together for you to move forward and get beyond what you're used to evolve in a way that you didn't expect, to jump to a different timeline. Like, all of those possibilities are open for you during this eclipse season. And gosh darn it, that's a lot of fun. All right. So let me know again. Card number 1, I'm just going to recap it for us. Stranger Curiosity. Card number 2, Fortune's Wheel, Luck and Right Timing. There we go. And then card number 3, The Further Gate, Bold Step Forward. If you got any other questions about these cards, please let me know, because we're going to keep going with the general reading and see what else we have coming up for us during this Blood moon in Virgo. We had a jumper, so we're going to pull that out. I love it when a card jumps out. It's like, pick me, big pick me energy, right? Big pick me energy. All right, so what else do we have here? Remember, any questions you have, anything that's coming up for you, any ahas, let me know. Oh, yes, to recap. If you got card number 1, put in curiosity. If you picked card number 2, just drop a money bag if you want to, right? And card number 3, just type the word gate, right? Type the word gate. All right, so let's keep going. If you have questions, please go ahead and ask. I'm always happy to answer questions during these readings. I got 2 more cards that want to come out. That jumper was Gemini. Card number 15, I think, Gemini. And so, wherever, again, check in your chart. Remember earlier I said, hey, it's a Virgo, this is Virgo. And what you want to do is check to see where Virgo is in your natal chart if you know how to read your natal chart. The same thing here. Gemini, check where it is in your natal chart. Look and see what's going on with Gemini for you. There might be also some Gemini people around you who are going to help you on this exploration or into this new thing that you're doing, right? Into your unknown. Okay? Try to see if there's anything else there. Well, we'll see. Then we have water element sensing. Water element sensing. Right? And again, love that we're in the middle of Pisces season. There is a lot to do with your feelings. Remember I said earlier that it is your feelings, whether it's your feelings, someone else's feelings. People are going to be really in their feelings right now. So it isn't a time to be on edge. Again, it's a time to be curious about, why am I feeling this way? Why are other people interpreting things this way? And is there really a mismatch? Remember at the beginning of the reading I said sometimes these misunderstandings just bring to bear all these very big mismatches in worldview, which sometimes it's okay, but if it's in such a way where it's just yanking apart, maybe it's time to part ways and give space, right? And sometimes that mismatch is an energetic mismatch, and it's time for you to move your own way so you can continue to grow, because everyone has their own path. It's not up to us to drag them along our path, right? Everyone has their own path. So let them have their own journey, right? Let them have their own journey. And when they're ready to work with you, to try to, how do I want to say this? To learn from you, to be resonant with your energy, they will be. Right now, whether it's people, institutions, ideas, look for where those big misunderstandings are coming up, where it's like you say the sky is blue and they say the sky is green, and you're like, what? Like you're like literally seeing different things. It's almost like you're on different timelines or planes of existence, right? So go ahead and release that for now during this eclipse season, and keep going. Okay, and we got the void, of course, moon missing. This is card number 50. Woo, there we go. 52. I got that to focus. Look at there, right? The void, of course, moon. And that's just that time of being, that time of in-betweenness, which is really sinking to this water, right? It's a liminal space that we can just be in. It's a perfect thing to talk about in the season of Pisces. It's kind of, it's the reset to see where to go to next. Right? It's that reset to see where we're going to go to next. So I love this void, of course, moon energy, that messing of so many data inputs. That's what I'm seeing. It's sometimes we're bombarded with too many data inputs, too many things coming in on our phones, right? Our phones. Too many things coming in on our phones. Too many alerts. Too many this. Too many that. Right? From our emails to social media, too many things coming in, and we need peace. We need to miss it for a little while. So take some time during this eclipse season to miss it, to sit in the watery sensing part, right? To not be afraid to sit with your feelings. Don't be afraid to sit with your feelings. All right. I've got a few more cards I'm going to be pulling. So if you've got questions, go ahead and get them in. If you're just stopping in right now, go ahead, jump in the chat and say hello. We've got more to do before we're done. All right, let's get on with this. Picked a lot of moon decks today, except for our beginning cards. Yeah, I picked a lot. Okay, so let's see what else we've got coming up here that we need to know about. There's blood moon and this eclipse. During this eclipse season, there's just, I don't know, there just feels like a lot. Oh, I love that we've got Gemini again. So definitely be looking for that help with Gemini. People look to where Gemini is in your natal chart. I'm going to say again, if you don't know how to pull your natal chart, how to interpret your natal chart, you can check out below for readings. I think I have the soul resonance reading in the description, so definitely pick one of those up. All right, so definitely more on the Gemini energy. This is the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. Remember, Gemini is where we think about things. So we picked up 2 Gemini. It's strong there. You also might want to look at, do you need to pick up any other knowledge? Is there any other skills you need to pick up for your big thing? Again, we're going back to the first cards that we picked. Is there anything else you need to pick up? Any other skills? And what I'm hearing is, for most of you, you don't need to learn anything else. You need to believe in yourself, right? You need to be willing to navigate with that curiosity that we talked about. If you had picked card number 1, right? Navigating with that curiosity, and there you're learning anything else you need to know, but it's almost because you already knew it. It's more of you forgot it, right? You already know. The answers are already within you. I know sometimes people get so tired of hearing that, but it's the truth. Okay, lovely. New moon. A new start is coming. What did I say? This is a new time. A lot's going on. Of course, we're released during the full moon, but this is a time to start new things, right? The new moon is coming straight out of void. In a way, there's that moment of nothingness. That is with the new moon as well. Okay. Oh my goodness. And then we have blue moon. Believe anything is possible. Did I bring that up? Believe in the impossible, blue moon. Believe in the impossible. I love this coming up. Right? I love this coming up. Why? We're in eclipse season. It's not that eclipses are rare. They literally happen twice a year. Sometimes total eclipses don't necessarily happen in different areas twice a year, right? That part, but eclipse season happens twice a year. Blue moons happen a few times a year, right? And so, but there's something that is in us that looks at eclipses, that looks at blue moons as rare occurrences. And that's why I love that. It's believe in the impossible. And it came up during this eclipse season reading, is that leap of faith sometimes that's required. Again, going back to the beginning when we're looking at the cards, that leap of faith that's required to move outside of your own cozy boundaries. right? To expand them takes that leap of faith. It takes believing in the impossible, right? But when we do, that's when all of those synchronistic things happen. There's always right and divine timing, right? It seems like luck. It seems like synchronicity. It just is supposed to be happening. I'm just going to go back again to that. Make sure that you're in gratitude. And when I say stay humble, sometimes people look at luck and like, I make my own luck. Yes, you do and you don't. You do in that you've been grateful. But when you stop being grateful, you all of a sudden realize you're not as lucky. Right? That's the purpose of the gratitude journal. It keeps you humble in a way, and it keeps you noticing all the ways that things are falling into place for you. So you'll keep noticing and they'll keep happening. It switches the way that you see the world. You are projecting. It switches your perception projection loop when you insert something like a gratitude journal or however you want to log your gratitude. And therefore, it just seems like more and more and more and more and more and more good things start happening because you're expecting them. And guess what? They do happen because the universe can conspire for those good, wonderful things to keep happening because you're noticing all the good and wonderful things that are happening. It's crazy, but it's literally the way it works out. All right. I haven't seen any questions come up in the chat, so make sure to get in your questions. I'm going to pull a couple of cards. Jinx, you have been super active in the chat, and I want to say thank you. I'm going to pull a special card just for you. If there's anyone else that wants to jump in and say hello in the chat, I would love to pull a card just for you, for being here, for being live with me today. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see here. So for Jinx, I pulled out, it's, okay, of all cards, I feel like the things just keep rolling here, right? What did I pull out? The King of Swords. Knowledge. Knowledge. The King of Swords, knowledge. And I think that's so beautiful because that goes right along with this Gemini energy. It's so strong during this Virgo full moon. Okay, I love this. I love how it's just coming together here. Okay. Oh, Jinx, it's okay that you don't have questions today, but definitely something came up for you with that card pull. All right. And I want to pull one more card. I didn't see any other questions jump up in the chat, so I'm going to pull one more card. Woo! I had a slew come out here. I'm going to pull one more card for someone who's like, oh, I really wish I could have made it live, but I wasn't able to. This card is for you. This card is for you. Okay, let's see what it is. There we go. I think it's interesting. It's a whole lot of sword energy coming in right now, right? So you pulled the Six of Swords. Movement. Movement. I love this because, again, we are talking about earlier, if you picked card number 1, we talked about navigating with curiosity, right? Navigating with curiosity. If you didn't definitely pitch, or if you want to know more about card number 1, please go ahead and rewind and check that out. So I love that, movement came up with that, right? When we talk about we're navigating with curiosity, we're moving. And then card number 2 was Fortune's Wheel, luck and timing. I kind of alluded to that recently just now. Luck and timing. And keeping that gratitude journal up and rolling. And then card number 3 was the Further Gate, taking what? A bold step forward. Movement. Right? It's all about movement. So even though we're in the full moon and it is so much about releasing things, we're still at this place where we can start something new. That was a big thing that came up. Now, if you don't know me, you're listening to this at the beginning. My name is Africa Archield. I'm an oracle and guide, and I would love to work with you and guide you forward in your life and in your business. You can grab a reading down below, follow this YouTube channel. If this reading resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and of course, like I said, check out my private readings below for deeper guidance. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I hope you have a beautiful eclipse season. If you are watching this live or the replay and you're like, hey, I would love to see a reading on whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. I'm taking suggestions on different kinds of readings that you might like to see. And because we're in eclipse season, I will come back a little later during the solar eclipse. All right. Well, I really enjoyed our time together today. And with that, I say peace, joy, love to you. Oh.